Good morning, students. In today's class, you are going to learn about the floating point format used in digital signal processors. So, the floating point format, it is basically representing a decimal number having a fractional part. So, this is represented in the form of x is equal to m into 2 power of 2 power of e, where m is the mantissa and e represents the exponent part. And both the mantissa and the exponent are signed numbers. And if we assign 12 bits for the mantissa and 4 bits for the exponent, the format will takes the form as, that is 12 plus 4 will be having 16 bits started, whereas the mantissa are 2 power of 0 to 2 power of 11, and the exponent is expressed as 2 power of 0 to 2 power of minus 3. So this 12-bit mantissa, it is ranging from minus 1 to 1, and the number of bits whatever we have used it is going to control the dynamic range. That is, if I want to increase the range of the any given number, I can increase the number of mantissas here so that the range can be improved. And if you increase the number of bits which is used to express the exponent, then it will have the larger dynamic range, and the number of bits will define the interval for the given data. So if the interval size is, if the number of bits for the mantissa is more, the interval size will be less, whereas here the interval size is 2 power of minus 11, and which is very less when compared to the Q15 format. Why? Because in the Q15 format the interval size is 2 power of minus 15. That is what, if you increase the mantissa bits, the interval size will be very less. And we can use this particular format in order to express what is the most positive number we can calculate using this fractional part format, and as well as we can calculate the most positive number and the most smallest positive numbers also. So the most negative number, it seems to be, so how to calculate this most negative number is, since it is going to be negative, the MSB bit you put it as 1, and remaining bits, since it is a negative number, put all the fractional part as 0 0 0 and multiplied with the exponent as 2 power of 111. That is, if you calculate, if you do this multiplication, you will be getting the most negative number as minus 122, 128. And how to calculate this most positive number is, since it is a positive number, make the MSB bit as 0 and remaining the fractional part put it as all 111s multiplied with, again it is a positive number, so MSB bit for the exponent is 0 and the maximum is 111. So if you multiply 1 minus 2 power of minus 11 into 2 power of 7, the most positive number will be 127.9378, which is almost 128. And parallelly you can calculate the most smallest positive number using the same format. So the most positive number is, since it is the smallest positive number, you make all the MSB as well as the fractional part as zeros except the last LSB part. So LSB part you put it as 1 multiplied with 2 power of 1000, you will be getting a number as 2 power of minus 19. So this will be the smallest positive number that we can express using this format. So next let us solve a problem which is going to convert the following decimal number to a floating point number. So we have a problem statement like, convert the decimal number to a floating point number, whereas the first number given is 0.160123 and the second decimal number is minus 20.430527. So the solution to convert this particular decimal fraction into a floating point number is, first let us divide this number using the different power as 2 power of 0, 2 power of 1, 2 power of minus 2, minus 3 and on. So the best choice, if you observe, that is if I am going to divide it, I should get a now only the fractional part which should be the maximum, not the integer part. If that is the case, if I am going to divide with 2 power of minus 2 will be the best choice. Why? Because I am getting the maximum fractional part as 0.640492. So the other choices could be 2 power of 0 and 2 power of minus 1. So we are not worrying about that. We are concentrating only on 2 power of minus 2. Why? Because we are getting the maximum fractional part here. And this particular number you can express in terms of Q11 format. And how to represent this Q11 format is you just keep divide this number by, and that is you have to take this particular mantissa and just multiply with 2. So in that you take the MSB part and the remaining fractional part again you need to multiply with 2. So this process you have to continue till you are getting all the 11 bits. So if that is the case, it can be expressed in Q11 format as 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 1. And since this number you just combine with the mantissa part, you will be getting the whole floating point number as 111 00 10 1 000 11 11 11. So this represents the Q11 format for the given decimal number. That is, this is the floating point number for the given decimal number 0.160123. So let us solve the second problem statement. So the given data is minus 0.430527. So let us keep dividing it with 2 power of 1, 2 power of 2, 2 power of 3. So in the initial stage, in the previous problem we have divided with 2 power of minus 1, minus 2. Whereas here, since we are having the whole number 20 also, we have to divide it with the positive values of positive powers of 2. So I will start with 2 power of 5, 6, 7, 8. So whereas the best choice, if you observe, for 2 power of 5 we are getting a fraction which is the maximum fraction, and the mantissa has 2 power of, and the exponent has 2 power of 5. So this 2 power of 5, if you convert that exponent into the equivalent binary number, we are getting as 0101. And now the mantissa has to be converted to the Q11 format. So as I told in the previous procedure, you have to just multiply with 2, keep only the MSB, and the remaining fractional part you have to multiply with 2 till you collect all the 11 bits. So then you can combine with the exponent and you can write the entire floating point number. So before that, since it is a negative number, you have to convert this Q11 format to be represented in 2's complement form. So the 2's complement form of 0101000111 110. So for that, the 2's complement is 101011110101. So now let us cascade both the exponent bits and the mantissa bits. So you'll be getting the final decimal number, that is the floating point number, can be represented as 01011011011000100. So this represents the equivalent floating point format for the given minus 20.430527. So let us study what are the rules and regulations for manipulating any two floating point numbers. See, suppose you may do mathematic addition or arithmetic multiplication also. So for arithmetic addition, so consider any two floating point numbers as x1, which is represented in the form of floating point as m1 into 2 power of e1, and the second floating point number which is represented as m2 2 power of e2. So now let us multiply these two, x1 and x2. So let us add these two, x1 and x2. So this addition can be performed as follows, and also it depends on the value of e1 and e2. So if e1 is greater than e2, you can add it as m1 plus m2 into 2 power of minus of e1 minus e2 into 2 power of e1. See, suppose if E1 is less than E2, the sum is M1 into 2 power of minus E1 minus E2 plus M2 into 2 power of E2. So this will be the sum if we are going to make use of this floating point format in order to avoid the overflow condition. And similarly for the multiplication, consider any two numbers as x1 and x2, and also here the calculation, it is based on m1 and m2. For the addition it was based on e1 and e2. For the multiplication it is based on m1 and m2. So suppose if m1 and m2 is between the range of 0.5 to 1, we can write the multiplication, the product as, that is you have to multiply the mantisas and you have to add the exponent. So finally the floating point number is m into 2 power of e, where m, that is the mantissa has to be multiplied and the exponent has to be added in order to get the floating point number. So these rules and regulations you need to follow when you are going to multiply or if you are going to add any two floating point numbers. Okay, thanks for watching. Let us continue in the next week, next video. Thank you.